You're with Kung Fu Eddie. He will fight you to the death.
What's up, everybody? This is Uncle Eddie, baby. And it's been a while since I gave you some of my content. It's been a while since you've seen me do anything. It's been a while. I know, guys. I know. That was terrible. But I want to appreciate you guys for continuing following my page, liking, subscribing, interacting, just doing anything. Your boy's been busy. I've been super duper busy. But at the end of the day, I am here. Please, you guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe. One of the things that has been slowing me down, especially with some of my content, was the whole TKO WWE shutting down content creators. But if you follow my channel and anything that's in it, you know that I don't do no reactions for WWE. The last thing I did was Saturday Night's Main Event, and that's because of AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. I knew they were going to cook, especially since it was AJ's retirement tour, and I was like, might as well. That was the last thing WWE did. Now, because of that, as you know, my reactions comes from AEW, anything nerdy like Marvel, especially with the Daredevil series, The Boys, that has been my reactions. And with the whole TKO WWE little situation, it has me wondering. I should slow down on the reactions. Obviously, I'm going to do them if I can, if I could do it safely without my my pages being shut down or flagged or anything with the copywritten, strike. Obviously, I don't want to lose everything that I'm working hard in. And let's be honest, the reaction videos, they're easy, cheap, pop for quick views, quick reactions. And obviously, there's nothing wrong with it. Shout out to everybody that does it because obviously I wanted to piggyback on that viewership and on that trend and that follows and all that stuff. Because some of my views, got to 4 digits, and then some videos only stayed at the number 4. So obviously I had to do my reactions, but I wanted to be different. I don't want to be just pro wrestling. I want to react to Marvel, The Boys, which again, there's other content creators that do that. God bless them. You guys inspire me to do this. However, because I believe in two worlds with my nerdy side, with Marvel, The Boys, anything like that, with pro wrestling and everything that's happening with pro wrestling. I'd rather just actually give you guys an honest opinion of my reactions without doing the whole. Because let's be honest, some of you guys enjoy it, some of you guys don't. I see the charts, but again, the ones that do like it, I truly appreciate you guys. With that being said, today we're doing something a little bit different because again, I am so behind with everything that to the point that I have to catch up on some of my things, do like a quick reactions, not reactions. You see, I'm so used to the reactions. Just a quick overview of everything that I've been missing because you guys didn't see my reactions for Born Again season 2 for episode 7 and 8, which 8 happened last week of the day of this recording. And then yesterday was The Punisher's One Last Kill. And I just saw it like 5-10 minutes ago. So with that being said, this video is gonna be my thoughts and honestly, my honest opinion of those two entities when it comes to Daredevil Born Again and The Punisher One Last Kill. With that being said, let's get started. All right, guys, let's talk about Daredevil Born Again. Again, I am such a huge fan of the franchise with the whole Netflix series and everything that came with it with Jessica Jones. Spoiler alert: Luke Cage showed up at the end. I still don't understand the hate for Iron Fist. I personally liked the season one, but season two, I mean, it was definitely forgettable because I don't even remember what happened. But as you could slowly see that the defenders are slowly being built together. So I am looking forward to it. And every single side character of Daredevil, Matt Murdock, Karen Page, freaking, Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin. We have Matthew Litter as Mr. Charles. We have, all this Miss Vanessa. All these people that were supporting cast of Daredevil Born Again, like they had their own personal arc, and I freaking loved every single minute of it. So my review is going to be by characters base and my thoughts of it. So obviously we got to go with number one, the man himself, the man that's named after the show, Mr. Daredevil himself, Mr. Matt Murdock. The season ends with him being in jail because obviously we gotta prosecute, we gotta find justice in the man that called Daredevil, which he outs himself. He had to do it because of Karen Page, because Kingpin, whole safety initiative, whatever that law was called. Basically, that whole the real life situation we're living in. Obviously, I'm not going to say it out loud because you guys are smart enough. If you're smart enough, you know what Daredevil Born Again was kind of portraying. The anti-vigilante task force. You know what that means. Um, so Matt Murdock was definitely put in this position of no-win situation. He had to out himself. He had to show the court that he was the last survival of the North Star ship, which, cool, he had no choice. I think he was the last mass vigilante, if I'm certain about it, even though technically Spider-Man is the last mass vigilante, even though we knew who he was. But then the whole Doctor Strange spell, it referred it back to him um, not being revealed to the world because of Mephisto. Mephisto, wrong one. Mysterio. Anyways, so technically, Spider-Man is the last Master Vigilante. But Daredevil, he kept that secret for so long. Let's be honest. He made sure that nobody knew he was Daredevil. Like either people found out because they saw him without his mask, or he just got caught and he was like, "Hey man, I'm about to lose my friendship with you with Foggy Nelson, with Karen Page," and he was like, "Look, I'm Daredevil. I'm sorry I lied to you guys, but I'm Daredevil." And then you people have like Cherry, who we never knew how he knew. So again, Matt Murdock definitely protected that secret for so long that it was so impactful when he revealed himself to the courtroom. My favorite part was the whole the other lawyer, I don't remember his name, homeboy that wanted Heather to be like, "Hey baby, let's run away." He got that. He said, "Why?" So he was like, "How do you know he's Daredevil?" And then he did the whole boom, 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 aurifair. I caught my walking stick. That was like so awesome. And then everybody was just like, like everybody was like gasping because they just learned that there is a blind man that can fight according to the freaking that police officer, which I freaking hate the most. So again, what's next for Daredevil? Obviously, he's in jail. Obviously, supposedly he's gonna get out. Is it gonna be on Brand New Day? Hmm. Hmm. Or with the defenders of Luke Cage again? Spoiler alert: he came out at the end. Jessica Jones and hopefully Iron Fist with what's that old girl name? Because again, one thing I do remember from season two of Iron Fist is that he transferred Danny Rand transferred his powers to I forget her name, but Connie. I think it's Connie. Guys, if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong, but be respectful about it. He transferred his Iron Fist powers to her, but again, at the end, he showed that he didn't lose it. With that being said, Matt Murdock is definitely going to go to jail, and hopefully we could get him out. And we're going to continue serving justice to New York City. Speaking of justice, we're going to go talk about Kingpin. Kingpin is what supervillains should strive for. Like Vincent D'Onofrio's rendition of Kingpin, it is amazing. It is chef's kiss. It is the greatest portrayal of any supervillain, in my opinion. In my opinion, Kingpin over Thanos. And depending how much Robert Downey Jr. does Doctor Doom, I still believe that Kingpin is probably number one when it comes to anything vicious, villainy, especially when he did the whole oh, bang, pop that first protester. Then that man went on a slaughter scene. I don't know if I could say the N word or A word just because of the whole like sensory and all that stuff. But yeah, he started going ham on the protesters. It was so wild. I was like, yo, this man is insane. I freaking loved everything. And I'm gonna do a sidebar with Vanessa Fisk. Everybody who kind of predicted the context clues kind of predicted that she was gonna die, that she was just gonna be gone, she was gonna be perished. But just the fact that it was because of Wilson Fisk, Kingpin's lack of, you know, how do I say this? Like basically lack of like awareness or just being reckless. That's the word I was trying to look for. He was reckless with trying to make sure that Vanessa didn't get hurt to the point because of his recklessness. Vanessa got hurt, and not only did she get hurt bad, she bit the dust. Cue Bone Thugs and Harmony Crossroads. Doo doo boom 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 boom. And yeah, I mean, her honestly, her death was very necessary because it had to push Kingpin to the point that he is gonna be menacing, like ruthless. He was gonna punish everybody because of his mistake, in my opinion. Again, Vincent D'Onofrio, I cannot praise that man so much. His portrayal for Kingpin is like honestly the greatest next to freaking Michael Clark Duncan in the Ben Affleck Daredevil. Even though like there's so much hate for that version of Daredevil, like for real, yeah. This is my PSA. We were all kids when that movie came out, and that movie was so cool that as a grown man, I could truly accept the errors of that movie, but I'm wearing my nostalgia glasses with that. So screw you guys. I'm gonna keep enjoying it. Um, so Kingpin's, I mean, honestly, he's on an island. He's by himself, and according to him, he's like Anakin Skywalker. I just don't like the sand in my toes. I don't like sand. Well, bro, nobody likes sand, bro. Like that's why I never visit Galveston. But I do need to go to Galveston one day. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. I don't like sand in my toes. I don't like sand in my crack. Anyways, um, so it goes back to the fact that some of these supervillains never get punished for their crimes. Like at least Thanos was defeated by the Avengers when Tony did the snap. What other supervillain like Red Skull was sent to that little planet where he had to get the Soul Stone. Then you have freaking every single Iron Man villain being like second rate that they all lost at the end. Um, I could go on and on and on, but some of them were defeated. And this is why I say Kingpin is number one because this man keeps doing what he's doing. He gets caught, he spends some time for a little bit, and then he's out free. He's free. So that's why I feel like this man can do whatever he wants because at the end of the day, what they gonna do with him? They're just like, you know what, bro? I understand that you were smuggling weapons. I understand you were killing a lot of people. We legit have thousands of witnesses saying that you killed these people. But bro, we are tired of you. Just leave. Get out of here. Go to freaking an island. Go to that infamous island. We're not gonna say his name for sensory reasons. Just go, bro. We're done with you. And dude, again, this is D'Onofrio, Kingpin, number one supervillain in my heart. Speaking of supervillains, let's talk to Benjamin Poindexter, aka Bullseye. Bullseye, I feel like his scenes were so amazing. Like another villain that just gets away with basically the M word. Just slaughtering people. The diner scene was just so amazing. That man just keeps on bringing it, bringing it, bringing it. Shout out to Wilson. What's it? Bento. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. I'll meet you at Comic Palooza. We'll see. I'll be at Comic Palooza, man. Come find me, November 22nd through the 24th, man. Memorial Day weekend. Quick plug. Um, yeah, Benjamin again. His whole arc was just him, like in his words, balancing the scales. He wanted to make sure he does everything correctly before he perishes or feels like he needs to be punished. Because again, we learned from season one that Vanessa Fisk sent a hit out to Foggy and sent Poindexter, aka Bullseye, to do the job. And that's how this whole arc of like, hey man, hey, like, hey, Daredevil, bro, I'm sorry I had to smoke your friend. And then Daredevil was just like, bro, just know that I'm gonna help you, but I hate you, bro. I freaking hate you. So because of all of that, it just got to the point that like we started cheering for Benjamin Poindexter because like we had no choice. We were like, bro, he's doing the Lord's work again. Like Bullseye, the Punisher, they're doing things that Daredevil, Matt Murdock cannot do. He's like, bro, I'm trying to give y'all redemption because I'm a Catholic. And then you got Punisher that's like, and then you got Poindexter that's just like, bro, I'm just trying to balance the scales, man. 6'7", 6'7". Um, so again, like at the end, we saw him joining forces with Mr. Charles, which awesome transition. Mr. Charles, played by Matthew Litter. I mean, again, his character is still mysterious and spooky. We don't know. He does like CIA ops, all that backstage stuff. And I think the theory is that he works under um what's her name? From the Thunderbolts, homegirl from the Black Panther, uh, De La Fontaine. There it is, De La Fontaine. I knew it was something like a weird last name like De La Fontaine. So, so he was in charge of making sure that the weapons get smuggled from point A to point B, and using the port that Red Hook. Shout out to you, Tash. Shout out to you, Hook. Making sure that that port is open for Kingpin to help and assist with the weapons. But obviously, Kingpin was very unpredictable, especially after Vanessa died, and Mr. Charles was like, "Bro, I'm screwed. Hey guys, I'm screwed, y'all. I'm trying to do my best, y'all. I'm trying. What's going on here, man?" And so, we had Mr. Charles is trying to make sure that everything is right, everything's square, to the point that, like, I guess he hired Luke Cage. Again, spoiler alert. How many times I have to say that? You guys are watching my video knowing that all of this is spoiled. To the point that he had to hire Luke Cage in order to do some secret CIA op, whatever the kids are doing. Um, and then it put Jessica back in the fold. Like, bro, I'm trying to live a peaceful life with my baby girl, my daughter, man. And you got here like sending goons into my house. You took my husband, my baby daddy, to the other side of the world. Who God knows where he is. Um, we got to the point that Mr. Charles, again, he escaped his crimes. He recruited Poindexter to his new venture, which who knows what is going to be again. Will he come back in season 3 of Daredevil? Will it be part of Spider-Man? Will it be a part of Doomsday? Who knows? But the one thing that who knows what's gonna happen is Heather, Dr. Glenn. Dr. Glenn, are you okay? Because at the end, Homegirl's not okay, man. Dr. Glenn, she looks like she might become a female muse or lady muse. I know it does. I have a hard time saying that. Like, I don't know which one's correct or not. But yeah, so Dr. Glenn, she's gonna become female muse, and she got to the point that like she had an encounter with that menace muse that her whole perspective when it comes to superheroes, master vigilantes, to the point that it just troubled her brain. Like she got to the point that she is like like beyond saving. She has trauma fused, like her poor judgment um causes the swordsman to get caught, to get prosecuted with the whole court system. Which shout out to you, swordsman, bro. Like you are a funny guy, bro. You are an adorable guy. You out here saying like, bro, who's the swordsman? Me? No, I'm not the swordsman. Are you the swordsman? Me, nah, I'm not the swordsman. So, um, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Dr. Glenn. Dr. Glenn. Um, that you know, she got almost got Karen Page caught. Um, Again, I cannot say more about Dr. Glenn because, again, as you can see from the set photos, that she's going to be back on season 3 and she's going to play Lady Muse. Now, is she going to go on a killing spree or she's going to use the mask as her symbol of like, hey, when we wear masks, we're just hiding who we truly are, or whatever she said the speech in the courtroom. Speaking of the courtroom, Karen Page, you are a free woman. You got caught trying to be a vigilante, but according to Matt Murdock's rendition of his whole little speech or whatever, you're not a vigilante if you don't wear a mask. But Dr. Glenn was like, well, she was hiding under Daredevil's mask. And then Matt Murdock came out with like, oh, like you're hiding under Wilson Fisk's mask? Oh. You see, this is why you cannot, work with people like that and expect to have a relationship. Shout out to you, Kristen. I know you were trying to hook up your homegirl with your homeboy, but Kristen, girl, come on. Girl, read the room. Anyways, speaking of reading the room, Karen Page is becoming more and more like Frank Castle, which I'm looking forward to talk to you about this after this little section of my Daredevil review. Karen Page is just getting to the point that she's just done. She's tired. She wants to take out all evil. She almost murdered freaking Poindexter. She was out here fighting people in the shipyard and the freaking protesting. Like she was like done. She's like, bro, I am done with this. I'm trying to live a peaceful life. And even towards the end, her and Matt Murdock just said like, why does this feel weird? Like, bro, is this normal life? Like, are we that traumatized to the point that we can't have like a normal dinner date? Um, Again, Karen Page, again, I feel like she's just like one of those characters that like I feel like she overstayed her welcome, but because of her character arc growth, I feel like we could truly appreciate her because I feel like she's way better with Frank Castle than Matt Murdock. Again, to each his own. I understand the whole Karen Page, Daredevil love, but I feel like that girl like truly loves more Frank than Daredevil because she's acting more like Frank than friggin' Daredevil. Speaking of Frank, no Frank here, and I wish I could transition this to the to the one special for the one last kill, but I gotta go a few rapid fire with some of the characters. Shout out to Cherry. Cherry, you're the man. Um, I have to give these flowers to this wonderful young lady. I gotta look up her name, Camila Rodriguez. I gotta say it right, Camila Rodriguez. shout out to you for portraying White Tiger because every single time you're in the stream, my heart melts, and that is a crazy sentence, but it is so awesome to see Hispanics, especially in any sort of media when it comes to movies, TV shows, portrayed in such a positive light. And I feel like you're one of them. R.I.P. to freaking Karma de los Reyes, who played the original White Tiger, who sadly passed away last year, or well, 2 years ago, whenever the first season came out. And it sucked because his death really, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, if y'all saw my reactions, hopefully he still stays in the YouTube channel. Y'all saw my reactions to the point like it scarred me, you know? So again, can't say nothing nice about you, White Tiger. You're awesome. But one thing I cannot say nice things to is BB York. Girl, girl. Like I understand you got a job to do, and shout out to you for the Kingpin hour, report hour, whatever it's called. But girl, you put your man Daniel in danger, girl. Like again, I feel like Daniel knew what he was doing. Freaking shout out to baby Gafini. I like the for the Sopranos. I'm trying to be cute, but Little Soprano. I'm gonna call him Little Soprano. Shout out to Little Soprano. He played Daniel such an amazing role. He is a fantastic actor. And I know his father's looking at him like, yeah, that's my son, man, getting shot in the head. Which we found out, shout out to you, Ross Stars, and any other news outlet, that supposedly Daniel was supposed to live. But Buck was like, not on my watch. So Buck, had to do his thing. And they cut the screen black out of respect for The Sopranos, because that's how the series end for that show. We'll just cut the black so we never knew if he lived or he died. And what's so funny? That could have been cool. That would have been cool if the screen just went black and we just leave to our interpretation if Daniel lived or died. But again, E.B. York, again, God bless you. You did amazing. You did the Lord's work. You made sure that, you pushed that agenda that Kingpin is evil, that he's not supposed to be mayor. He's out here murking people. And you know what? I understand you had a job to do, but girl, that was your friend. Speaking of friends, we had Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones joined us. Come on now, come on, have a seat, have a seat. You got something to drink? Let me get you some water, girl. Let me get you some water. I need to get some water after this, because I have a few more minutes so I can talk about the Punisher. One last skittle. So yeah, thank you for watching this. I'm definitely going to timestamp this so you can have some of your favorite parts being discussed to this. Um, Jessica Jones, I feel like her arc was very special because again, like it's it's the era of Netflix that we were just like having these awesome superheroes, street level superheroes, having real life problems. Like freaking Jessica Jones is a drunk superpower being who has trauma in her life. You have Daredevil who's trying to do the right thing and trying to make sure he does the right thing but get himself hurt and others in the process. And you have Luke Cage who is beyond bulletproof but cannot protect everybody because everybody's not bulletproof. And you have Danny Rand, Iron Fist, like trying to come back to society, but society's trying to push him away. These are real life superheroes with real life situations that we all have to go through every single day. And just the fact that Jessica Jones became a mother, it really showed a softer side for her, in my opinion, and it's freaking amazing, and I freaking love it. So I hope we can continue seeing Jessica Jones. And then again, spoiler alert again for the thousand trillionth time, Luke Cage is back, and Luke Cage has a suit on. He looks great, and again, his look. Again, I know about the comics, but I don't get into deep with the comics. But I still appreciate the comics. That his suit is a rendition of Mayor Cage. So hopefully he becomes mayor of New York, but we know that Sheila, you see that transition? Sheila will be I think it's interim mayor, or she becomes official mayor because she's the one that gives the key to the city to Spider-Man in the Brand New Day trailer. So is she gonna take over the position? We don't know. Because again, Sheila, don't I ain't gonna let you forget what you did to that officer, man. That officer was trying to ask for your help and bring down the kingpin, and you betrayed him. So just because you had a positive, you know, uh character arc doesn't mean I will never forgive you your sins. You and BB York are in the same category of people that are cowards inside. Not really. BB York, you're not a coward. You were just maybe I don't know. Alrighty, so last one it is Buck. Buck, again, you are a soldier through and through towards the end. I truly appreciate you. It's kind of weird to end it with Buck, but it is what it is. I think I got most characters. Again, my favorite moment of the whole Daredevil was definitely the team ups between Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Those are like my favorite moments in the screen. Definitely White Tiger just coming out and just like, slowly showing that she has the amulet of the tiger and it's giving her that tiger ability. And then towards the end, she was just like wham, wham, wham onto that anti task force, whatever. It's a long ass name. My bad. I'm not good with names that some of you might know. We'll learn in the future. I haven't posted though like that content yet. That I'm not. I'm English. It's not very good looking. But again, once again, Daredevil, I think their whole trademark is hallway fights because we started off with the first episode with a hallway fight, and we ended this series, even though with Matt in prison, but another memorable scene was that hallway fight because you saw the mirror of how much Daredevil and Matt Murdock with Kingpin, Mayor Fisk are so alike that to the point that hey, like Kingpin, like we're so messed up, bro, but we cannot punish New York for this. Like New York does not deserve this. Like I'll go to jail. I'm cool with that. Just you leave, take the deal. You don't have to do all of this, bro. And I truly appreciate that from Daredevil, the story arc telling. But again, like I am looking forward for season 3. I'm looking forward if Charlie Cox is in Brand New Day. He's trying to play dumb, but we know we see the vision, bro. We see the vision. So again, I truly appreciate you guys watching this section of my video of the Marvel reviews. And next, let's talk about Punisher: One Last Kill. Alrighty, moving on to the Punisher: One Last Kill, and honestly, it didn't feel like one last kill. Oh, Frank Castle's back, baby. He never left. It's like pro wrestling, like he still got it. He still got it. But nah, he says I never lost it. This special was definitely one for the books. Frank Castle, again, sadly, he's battling that everlasting demon of should he or should he not join his family, which his family is in the other side of the world with Audrey Plaza's death. And right now they're enjoying beautiful life. And shout out to you, Eric Voss. You have the skill saying, then you have his wife is like, honey, come on, come with me. Ignore Karen Page. But now we have the daughters. I think it was played by John Berthal's real life daughter, which, according to some of the interviews, he was very hesitant. He did not want to use his daughter. But again, I think her inclusion into this whole realm was definitely the right call, and I'm glad that John Berthal was open enough to share his daughter with us in his one special. Um, this whole series started with a death of a dog. There's no way to sugarcoat that. The series started with with the death of a dog, and I was so mad. I'm sorry, I'm pulling up my notes, but yeah, like like, how can you start a special like that? Like, the freaking maniac just kicked the homeless dude, and the homeless dude lost the dog. Like, bro, I lost my brain cells. There is 3 3 instances that I lost my brain cells. Number 1 was the death of that freaking dog. That dog didn't do nothing. He was just living his best life, trying to give this homeless man something to live for. And, I don't want to jump too ahead, but justice was served, and we will get to there. And I put in my notes like Frank is losing his mind. He is losing his mind. He's doing his Marines chant, and then you have Curtis coming out as the whisper in his ear. There's moments that he's like the angel on his side, but then he started becoming like a little bit demonic and evil. Like say, "Oh, Frank, you ain't got it in you, Frank. You ain't got it in you." So trying to like do the whole man up, homie, man up. And I guess I appreciate the actor. I'm sorry, I don't have his name in front of me. Portraying Curtis in that way because we never seen Curtis like go too maniacal, too crazy. Because Curtis was such a calm, entity for Frank. He was like the reasonable what is it, whisper in his brain. And it was crazy seeing him provoking Frank. And forgive me if I don't remember, but I don't remember if the character survived or he died. Please forgive me because I don't remember. Um Again, just seeing that was freaking amazing. The set for the special was that Little Sicily, which is basically war zone. Um, you have these crazy people kicking kicking old men, throwing dogs in the streets, terrorizing small businesses that they're just trying to provide for the community. And you got Homeboy with his daughter. Again, I don't remember these names. I apologize. There's only there's only 4 names I remember. You're gonna hear them. That they were just trying to like serve the community, and you see the shop owner. Basically, he had a crazy man. Um, Respectfully, of course, like the actor was playing an amazing portrayal of someone who is like mentally ill, but it's not a danger to society. Um, he was like trying to calm him down, be like, "Hey, hey, I will serve you. Just it's cool, man. Just you got to do what you got to do. Like, just don't scare my customers, okay?" And it's it's crazy seeing this because all of this was caused because of the Punisher's punishments. He took out the Nucci family, and because of that family, you could hear it in a voiceover somewhere that it was saying like, "Oh, the Nucci's were who they were, but they kept the neighborhood peaceful. They kept the neighborhood peaceful. We had all law and order." Which I'm sorry to use that word. I'm sorry, it's lack of words. Um, so because of all of that, um, because of the Punisher punishing the Ben, it created this whole paradox of like, hey, because you cut off the head of the snake, now there's plenty of more trying to take its place. And you have like small time crooks just terrorizing the streets, just going berserk, going crazy. And while that is happening, Frank Castle is just going from point A to point B, minding his business. I'm guessing everybody knew who he was because obviously he is a wanted man. But that little kid didn't snitch, that little girl didn't snitch, the community never snitched. Hell, even that one cop car that showed up out of nowhere and just like, nope, but never mind, and was destroyed by the whole mob. While that whole chaos is happening, Frank Castle only cares about one thing only: visiting his family's gravesite, talk to his daughter, talk to his wife, talk to his. Well, I don't know. I don't think I remember him talking to his son a lot, which kind of selfish. shout out to you again, Eric Voss from New Rock Stars, because we're gonna get. Um, because again, like Frank Castle, he is not mentally well. He is losing his mind. He has a dilemma that no matter how much punishment he dishes out, there's always gonna be more. And that more was Nucci, the lady of the last surviving member of the Nucci family. That she came back and she said, Frank, I'm gonna let you know right now, I lost my family too. So I'm gonna put a bounty in your head, man. Sorry for the small burp. I put a bounty on your head. I'm gonna get my revenge. And then she throw up the Stone Cold Steve Austin salute, like, boy, yeah, son. And I was like, they see me rolling, they hating. And she just left off the scene. Just like her introduction was amazing because shout out to you again, Eric Voss and New Rock Stars. They talked about how Frank's murder spree on the men of the Nucci family was like very vicious and bloody, but we don't know her perspective other than the last son that obviously was being a PDF file to some kids, and she was like, "I don't care what they said about you. You a good boy. You a good boy." And just like, let scot free. It was like, no, the Punisher was gonna punish, and he punished that boy in front of his mama, and she came in seeking revenge. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Look at me, look at me. This is Kung Fu Eddie, baby. Appreciate you liking, subscribing, watching my videos. If a mob boss lady tells you, "Hey, I got $10 million, but you got to take out Frank Castle," I'm gonna go back to my 9 to 5 shift because ain't no way Frank Castle is worth my life. Because, oh my God, Frank Castle, the Punisher, is back, baby. But again, like I said before, he's like, I never left. I was still here. Frank just went on a murder spree. It was beautiful choreograph. It was amazing, except for that one CG VFX that I didn't notice it because I was so into this special. This special was so perfect. But ever since, people on the internet gonna internet, and again, shout out to New Rock Stars again. They pointed out that when Frank Castle fell to I guess the AC vents at like the metal, it looked like a freaking video game. Like they left an unfinished VFX in the production, in the final product, and everybody was so distracted of that. And I personally was not distracted of that. And because of that, that should tell you how the story was so freaking good that I personally did not notice that VFX. That the people that did notice it obviously are professional critics and all this and that. But if you're like a casual fan watching this, I don't think you're gonna notice it, in my opinion, because I didn't notice it. And while this whole chaos is happening, you know, Frank was getting closer and closer to Maguchi. Maguchi. I'm gonna call it Maguchi. Yeah. He was getting closer to Maguchi just to like finish her off because he's like, bro, like I left you alone because you were a lady, but now you pissing me off and you sending all these goons to me. Now I gotta do my thing. But the reason he didn't do it, he didn't get his revenge, he didn't finish his job, is for one word. I don't know if y'all got that. That infamous five letter word that any man will melt for. Um, the cries of a little girl calling for her dad forces Frank Castle to stop what he's doing and save the family with the donut shop, because again the dad was being attacked. He was trying to protect the shop, the mother was trying to protect the daughter, and Punisher was in a dilemma because he had to choose, getting his revenge with the lady with Maguchi or saving the family so that they don't suffer the way he suffers. And obviously, it goes back to the fact that the Punisher only does all of this for the justice, for the good thing, for the little guy that can't defend himself. Which, again, I hate you, certain type of people that abuse that Punisher Skull logo because I swear to God, that tells me y'all never read comics. And I know y'all hear this all the time, but God, I'm tired of seeing the skull. Like, I personally want the Punisher skull tattoo. I love the Punisher before it was abused by certain groups. I'm not gonna say them. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Just a reminder that when I drink water, I don't use ice. When I drink water, I don't use ice. Just saying. Um, because that logo, it's a symbol just like any other symbol, like the DD on Daredevil, the bat itself, the bat emblem. I'm trying to find these words. The S symbol for Superman, the bat for the Batman. It it shows that this symbol means something, and I'm happy that the Marvel show creators they're trying to get that logo back. They're trying to bring it back to reality that hey, this logo means justice. When justice fails, when doing the right thing means getting your hands dirty, and that logo means a lot. But speaking of dirty, like Frank Castle just went ham on that freaking pastry shop. He did everything to the point that he legit took the phrase, the pen is mightier than the sword, because I've never seen no sword do that to that big final boss. We're gonna call him final boss tattoo guy. Yeah, Frank Castle used that pen to his greatest use, and it's so funny because I was so into the story that I didn't pay attention that they were kind of setting it up because the wife was like. Well, not the wife. The husband was like, "Hey, where's the blue pen? Where's my favorite blue pen?" And then the wife said, "It's in your head, dummy." Or he didn't say dummy, but dummy. Because I guarantee you that's probably how they top it. Not anyways, but so it kind of like put in our brains that that blue pen was very special, and how special it was because it did its job in more ways than one. And again, that the part that really broke me. Again, I said three parts. Number one was the dog. The dog himself, that broke me. Number two, which I think is shared with three and two, is the daughter. Frank Castle's daughter, played by real life daughter of John Berthal, and the little girl that was crying for the daddy from the coffee shop. That I already know if I ever have kids, I know I'm gonna be a daddy's girl. I know I'm gonna get daughters because it's such a weird emotion of being that protector and that you want to protect your babies. And it's crazy that this little girl saw a grown ass man commit murder, and she still had the audacity, not the audacity, but the fortitude, the gravitas of hugging Frank Castle, and you can see in his face that he freaking melted. Like he's like, just calm and cool. And obviously they were gonna go to the hospital. Frank was gonna go out and leave, and the little girl was like, "Wait!" And I was like, "Oh my god! If she gives him a donut or a bread or pastry as a thank you, nah, she did something way better. She gave him a flower that she was drying, and she said, "I made this for you." Just right now, just saying that out loud, you can see from my eyes, like I'm tearing up. That I'm sorry, y'all. That's crazy. That this little girl knows that no matter how ugly, vicious Frank Castle gets, she knows that out of all the craziness and viciousness, he has a good heart. And with that good heart, he goes back to the family's gravesite, see his daughters again, and said, I guess I have more work to do. And that one last kill really, really was significant with the final kill of the special because dumb, that dumb idiot, he came back and almost terrorized another couple, but Frank came out of nowhere and just gave him a bro kick and just like took the hat because again, I forgot to mention that the homeless man is a former Marine because that hat was I think it was a USMC. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I know it's Marines. If I said the initials incorrectly, I apologize. And can we talk about before we finish this that man? Shout out to John Berthal, man. You have the best fade, best trim beard. Like, look at me. Like, I got a quick fade too. I did this for you, Frank. I did it for you, Frank. Um, yeah. So clean shaven Frank with the Punisher logo again, which I hope and pray that the real fans, the real community, we take that symbol back. If I want to petition something, 2026, we're taking back the Punisher logo for us to remind people what it truly means. I don't care. I want to petition this. I want to bring back that symbol because that symbol means something to us. And it's when justice fails, we take it to our own hands. And I'm not talking about your fake agenda justice. You guys are phonies. You guys are fake. And you know what's not fake? That last kill. Because Frank was like, and then the homeless was like, that's not what else he took from me. He took something from me. And Frank was like, that's again, I guarantee you, Frank Castle, John Berthal, they have dialogue. They have perfect, they can speak the Queen's English. But in my brain, he's gonna sound like that's all he's gonna sound to me, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It's like, hey Frank, how's your day? Hey Frank, are you gonna pay this time? That's all I'm gonna think. Um, again, he talks to Frank Castle, talked to his daughter, and told. Well, I kind of messed up this ending, but I spent too long. I'm about to be done. I'm not gonna edit this out, so forgive me for that little small skit. Um, Frank Castle finishes that man, and according to New Rockstar, shout out to you again, Eric Foss. That was his 100 kill of that special. He killed 100 people in that whole special. That's insane, man. And the theory is that because it was called One Last Kill, it's because since he's gonna go to the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie, he's not gonna do a lot of kills, supposedly. Who knows? Because again, it is a PG product, it is a Sony product. They want to keep cater to the kids. Again, the Punisher, because of the logo and how it's being portrayed nowadays, it is not kid friendly, even though it was never kid friendly. But how John Perthal's rendition of the Punisher, it is definitely catered for kids. It's like the Wu Tang for the kids, the Punisher for the kids. Let's bring that back too. Let's bring that too. All that to say is that I truly enjoyed the special, and it was an amazing 44 minutes. I wish it was longer. Pause if needed, but it was definitely really really cool, and I truly appreciate you. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. This whole special with Daredevil and Punisher, it was freaking amazing. Um, what else can I say? But like and subscribe. I don't know how to end this. Daredevil was amazing. I can't wait to see you back in the movie screen, Mr. Charlie Cox. Never lie to us in our faces again, man. And John Bernthal will see you at Brand New Day because unlike Charlie Cox, John Berthal, you're the man of the people. You know you're gonna tell us if you're gonna be there. But at this point, I'm ranting too much. Thank you guys again. I'll see y'all till the next time. Peace.